You've just wrapped up a big presentation and your boss asks a pointed question. You've done the work, so you launch into a very long explanation. You cover every angle, every detail, every possible concern. And you walk away thinking, that was thorough. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That long explanation probably didn't make you sound confident. It likely made you sound defensive and also quietly chip away at your credibility. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devon Bruce, founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy. And here we unpack the moments when communication either built trust or quietly weakened it. If you work in healthcare and you've ever struggled to find the right words in a high stakes moment, I created a short guide called 10 Phrases Every Healthcare Professional Should Know. You can download it below or go to frustratedtofluent.com to learn more. Now, there's a pattern I see constantly among highly capable professionals. I call it the justification trap. It happens when you attempt to sound competent. It actually makes you sound uncertain. This happens because most people overexplain for good reasons. They want to avoid misunderstandings. They want to slow their thinking, protect their reputation. But psychologically, over-explaining often comes from something quieter, a fear of being misunderstood or judged, or sometimes blamed. And unfortunately, that fear, it leaks into your communication, whether you realize it or not. All right, let's get into it. Here's where this shows up most often. Someone asks you a simple question, something like, is the project on schedule? But instead of answering directly, many professionals start explaining everything that happened along the way. Like, oh, well, we've had a delay from marketing, and then see the system crashed. Then I had to redo the analysis. And then what happens is what should have been a simple answer sounds like a list of problems. So it's not sounding controlled, it's not confident, but just problems. But the fix here is very simple and it's also very powerful. Just answer the question first, not the story, not the journey, the answer. Then, if more detail is needed, you only add what's necessary. For example, instead of, well, see, mostly what happened, we had some issues, you can just simply say, yes, we are on track to meet the deadline, pause, and then if needed, we had a minor issue earlier, but it's resolved. That structure signals control, clarity, and authority. The second danger zone is when you've made a mistake. This is where over-explaining becomes especially tempting because mistakes trigger fear. It could be a fear of judgment, a fear of blame, or a fear of losing trust. So people write long explanations trying to protect themselves. But long explanations after mistakes usually sound defensive, even when you're trying to be responsible. Credibility isn't rebuilt by explaining why something went wrong. It's rebuilt by showing what happens next. Strong communicators follow a simple structure: acknowledge, fix, prevent. So instead of writing a long explanation, you say something like, I'm correcting an error in the report I sent this morning. The Q2 revenue figure was incorrect. I've attached the corrected version and added a verification step to prevent this in the future. So that was short, it was clear, and most importantly, it was accountable. That builds trust. This also happens when you are presenting a new idea. Many smart professionals weaken their own ideas before anyone even questions them. They start like this. Well, this is just an idea, or maybe it won't work. You think you're managing expectations, but what you're actually doing is signaling doubt. If you defend your idea before anyone questions it, you're communicating uncertainty before confidence. Strong communicators don't apologize for their thinking. They present recommendations. They do that clearly and they do that directly. Start with something like, I recommend we invest into the new software platform. Then explain why it matters or what risks exist. how those risks will be managed. That structure builds authority instantly. Most professionals believe that more explanation equals more trust, but the opposite is actually true. Confidence doesn't sound longer. Confidence sounds clear. Shorter communication doesn't hide competence. It actually reveals it because clarity, it signals that you've already done the thinking. Shifting from over explaining to concise communication isn't about hiding information. It's about demonstrating control. It shows that you trust your thinking. And it also shows that you respect the intelligence of the people you're speaking to. Authority isn't built by saying everything. It's built by saying what truly matters. All right. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I post new videos every week to help you build real world communication skills in your professional life. Also, if you work in healthcare and if you've ever struggled to find the right words to say in a high pressure moment, I created a short guide called 10 Phrases Every Healthcare Professional Should Know. You can download it using the link below, or you can go to frustratedtofluent.com to learn more. And if you liked this video, check these other ones out too. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.